am here today because I have a message for everyone, and this is very, very important. You might wonder when you listen to what I have to say, uh, why I am involving myself into this. You have heard a lot about prophecies, about the end of times, and everybody's talking about it because of the things that are happening to us nowadays. We have, unfortunately, many wars. We have um, weather situations. We have a lot of floods, rains, and so many people suffering. But in the end of the day, that's the most important thing. We have a lot of people suffering from these problems, and there's nothing we can do. So you might have heard about a lot of people coming out talking about these prophetic messages. We have had prophecies from the times of Nostradamus. Um, Nostradamus was talking about the future in which many things were going to happen. Then, more contemporary, we have Benjamin Solari Paravicini. I don't know if you know him. He was an artist, and he was receiving information, and he was drawing what is called psychographies. And in these drawings, he was painting scenarios of the future. Also, we have the Brazilian Chico Xavier, who also predicted many things for the future of humanity. We have all of them talking about a future, and that future is our present. So, whatever you call it, the divine, God, the angels, the aliens, you name it, we have entities, we have divine beings that have been alerting us about the future of humanity. From time to time, the divine is sending us messages through different people. Nowadays, something very peculiar is happening, and this is why I am here. You might tell me, oh, Anima, many people is receiving information. You shouldn't be paying attention to this. And I haven't. But this time it's different because part of the message was received by myself. So this is why I am here talking about all this. I cannot even believe myself that I am part of this, but I have to, because when they speak, I follow. So let me tell you the following. I'm going to tell you the story, and then we're going to go through it more carefully because there's many things I need to say. I was at my home, November 10. I was in my house. I was here, and I was not in meditation. I was getting ready for my meditation. I was sitting in my sofa, and I had a very clear vision of stigmata. I didn't know what to think. I continued with my day. The following day, 11/11, and these two people are Mariel Romero and Rodolfo Lopez. They are both very spiritual people. Mariel works with angels. She channels the angelic hierarchies, and Rodolfo is a spiritualist, and he's usually on retreats and very spiritual person, and he carries the stigmas in his hands. So these two people were talking about the following. By the beginning of this year, there was a monk, there is a monk in Greece who started receiving messages from Mother Mary. How is the connection? Rodolfo, Mr. Rodolfo Lopez, he was friends with the abbot of this abbey in Greece. They met long time ago in Argentina. Argentina is where Rodolfo and Mariel come from. Rodolfo met this abbot in Argentina. When this abbot traveled to Greece because he was going to be the abbot of this abbey, they kept in contact as friends they are. But the beginning of this year, one of the monks in this abbey, which name we are going to keep for privacy and for safety, started having visions. What kind of visions is he having? how these visions come to him. This monk is getting into a state of trance, in complete ecstasies, and he starts receiving information and images. February 2023, the monk starts receiving messages. And the connection only happened when the monk, in one of his messages, while he was receiving a message, he saw the stigmas of Rodolfo. At the same time, when the monk was having that vision, Rodolfo and Mariel were having a communication. They were having a chat. The moment they were talking, Rodolfo started bleeding massively from his hands. They didn't know, a little they knew, that at the same time, because they could prove it later on, they could confirm it later on, the monk was having a vision of Rodolfo bleeding from his stigmas. That amazing synchronicity created a bond, a connection in between them. The monk seeing the stigmas of a man he didn't know, but happens that Rodolfo is friends with the abbot of that abbey. So this is how this connection started, okay? So the monk started receiving information, then he connected with Rodolfo, they started talking. So Rodolfo and Mariel, who have also been receiving information through Mariel's work with the angelic hierarchies, or hierarchies, they realize that there is a coincidence in the information of what is going to happen or what is happening in the planet nowadays. So the information that I'm going to give you now, I told you the story why I am here, because those who know me will not believe that I am involved into these messages. Because I pretend to be the voice of these people in English, so this message can reach everyone. The monk has been receiving accurately, with date, some of the wars that have started. For me, the most important now is to tell you what is coming. Whatever happened, happened. We couldn't stop it. Whatever is bellic, whatever is war, whatever is conflict, political conflict, we cannot stop it because it's in the hands of other people and there's nothing we can do about it. What we can do is to prepare for what's coming. Because Mother Nature is not going to ask us for permission. Did she ask for permission in Valencia? Look at what happened a few weeks ago. It's starting very slowly in some areas of the planet. And the prophecies that this monk has been receiving indicate the happenings that will affect us from October 2023 until 2027. It's 3 years and a half that this monk is predicting. And I have some of the information that I'm going to give you in English, okay? And I'm not trying to scare you, but wouldn't you, isn't it better to know, to be ready? Don't you tell me that you wouldn't been very happy to know in 2019 what was going to happen to us. So, because I know it is important to know and I like to be prepared, and I know many people wants to be prepared, I'm going to give you some of the information that this monk has been sharing and has been receiving as a prophecy. The prophecies are said that they are here to warn us and, if possible, to avoid whatever comes. I'm not trying to scare anyone. We need to be prepared. If we are prepared, the impact is going to be less and we can do something for ourselves and those we love the most. So I'm going to start with the information. When this monk started receiving information in February 2023, Mother Mary told him that all these happenings will start the day that lights are going to show up in the skies. Few days after that, we started having auroras borealis, aurora borealis, the lights in the skies with many colors, in places where we never had aurora borealis. We had auroras borealis in Australia, New Zealand, in New Mexico, in France, in Germany. And this was the sign that Mother Mary gave to this monk. The day the lights in the sky happen is the day the clock starts ticking. And that happened. So after that, he started receiving every week information after information, prophecy after prophecy. Okay. So most of the information talks about the water. We are surrounded by water. The water will be an element of purification for us. We will have very strong winds, very strong rains, and very, very important, very quick, very fast floods. Those who know what happened in Valencia, they know that the water is there and all of a sudden is there, and you can't stop. There's nowhere to run. So we have had the example of Valencia. We should not wait for that to happen to us, okay? The nucleus of the planet Earth is cracked. It's the heart of our planet. And that is creating or will create seismic activity. We will have a lot of earthquakes and a lot of tsunamis. It will start with mini tsunamis, small floods. The coasts will be affected little by little. When? Little by little, from now onwards, okay? We will have, and this message was received from November last month, we will have very strange mists. When you see those mists in places in which usually there is no mist, please cover your mouth, because that mist, it could be vapors and steams from some places, because the nucleus of the planet Earth is cracked. So there will be this kind of mist, and it's very toxic. So what is being asked is that you cover your mouth. We will go back to the mask, but not continuously. When we go out of our homes, of our offices, from our work, and we see that there is a very strange mist, a very strange fog in places in which we never had this kind of thick mist or fog, please cover your mouth, cover your nose, because your noses, because it's very infectious and it can create infectious respiratory diseases. Okay, we will have a lot of rains and that will create floods. But in some places, there will be dark rain. The water coming from the sky is going to be very dark. So that water, we don't know if it's going to be volcanic water from volcanic condensation of the droplets. We don't know. But it is said that it's going to be very dark rain. You should immediately shower, remove that from your skin, and wash your clothes. Don't leave those clothes on for a long time. If you are touched by that rain, go home, change, take a shower, wash those clothes. Okay? Two new sanitary situations are being said to affect us in the future. Two new ones. I have the names here, but I'm not gonna say anything else because I don't want this video to be erased. I want this video to come in English to as much people as possible. Okay? Animals will start migrating because of the weather, because of the change in the condition of the landscape, because of what the weather will be modifying the landscape and the natural environment of these animals. We will see animals, and I have heard people talking about different species of deers and wolves in places where it's more near the cities. And the planetary waves, and I wrote this one down, planetary waves will affect the tides of the planet in such a way that new lands will emerge. So now I want to tell you that this is happening. And if I received part of this, if I received the sign, be helping and be involved in this, I have to believe it, you know. So I have a list of places and things that are going to happen, and some places which were named to this monk. So in the USA, the Mississippi River is going to flood, apparently. It's going to flood and it's going to affect badly all the nearby areas. New York is going to be severely flooded. And New York itself, that information, I saw it in a prophetic dream this year. No, last year. Last year, I had a dream, a prophetic dream, and I saw New York completely covered. The map of the USA is going to be dramatically changing, and people will have to leave the coasts and go to the center, to the center west of the country. For example, Peru, Chile, Argentina, and Uruguay, the coasts are going to be badly affected. I'm going to say this now roughly, then we will go into details in another video because I don't want this video to be very long, okay? Mexico will be badly affected, and especially the coasts of Mexico. It will be affected by the flood, and it will be affected by the earthquake. All of the countries that I'm going to name now, that these countries were given to the monk, all these countries not only will be covering water, but it's also the seismic activity that is going to affect. It's going to come all together slowly. You will see it. You are seeing it now. You are seeing it now. We saw it here where I live. I live in a small island. For this island, there's no much hope, but I have seen it. We have seen things. The weather conditions are completely crazy. Things are happening that never happened before. And this is the reason why. Brazil and Venezuela will be less affected. In Africa, it is said that the Sahara is going to be completely flooded. And there is a fault in Africa that divides Africa, not half Africa, but to the east. It's like Africa is going to divide. Africa is going to crack into two continents. Be careful with that. And also the San Andreas fault is going to crack as well, badly, in the USA. Spain, Italy, France, not so severely by flood, affected. But it was said that at least in different parts of Europe, we will have 4 more danas, as they call it in Valencia, these quick floods where there's nowhere to run. We will have 4 more of them, okay? The Netherlands will be severely affected by flood, by rains. England, severely affected underwater, as Germany. Cuba, the Caribbean will be badly affected, and it will start heavy rains and big storms will start in the night. Japan, severely affected, and its size is going to be dramatically reduced. Australia, of course. The north of Russia will mostly disappear, okay? China, Egypt, India, Saudi. The map of the world will be dramatically affected by all this. and the poles will shift. We already know that. Why this is happening? This is not a punishment from any god, from any angel, from anyone. This is not a punishment. This is a shift that happens to planet Earth every 26,000 years. It has happened before. We already have civilizations that have disappeared, like Atlantis, Lemuria. Okay, they were playing God with certain technologies, and that's why they contributed to this horrible ending. But we have this natural shift of the planet, and happens, lucky us, that this is the time that is happening, and we are here. We are here, and there's no other place to run. And I'm included. I am here. I'm not saying, oh, I'm going to be safe and you are not. No, this is for all of us. So the better we start paying attention to the signs of Mother Nature, when you see that you have small, irrelevant seismic activity in your area, when the rains become crazy and your neighborhood, your city starts flooding in some parts, when you have a volcano nearby that has been sleeping for ages and now becomes active, please, the Popocatépetl in Mexico, well, Mexicans already know. I'm not saying anything that you don't know. Popocatépetl is like it's a ticking bomb. We already know. There will be also we know that we are in certain places, we have wars. The situation will be so critical at a certain point that the military is going to put the guns down and go home. Because in between the earthquakes, and between the sanitary conditions that will emerge, they will be sent home. No more war. That is what the monk received. It's not me. It's not me saying. It doesn't come from my head, from me. This is a message from the divine. I'm going to put from the Virgin of Fatima, Mother Mary, from the Holy Spirit to this monk. It's not me. I am just a messenger. Don't kill the messenger, they say. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter me or who. The message is the most important thing here. Okay? I am just a messenger of an information that I never thought I would be part of. There are many sources. We have been having prophets since ages ago talking about a distant future. That future is our present. The time has come. We need to be ready for what is coming. I am trying to get ready for what is coming. It's not going to happen today, tomorrow. It's going to happen very gently and very slowly, but constant. I'm just trying to help what I was commanded to help with. And I just want you to listen to this, and that this is real and this is going to happen. This is happening now, and it's going to happen, and it's going to become bigger, and it's going to become more relevant, and there's no another place to go. So we need to be ready. We need to be ready. We need to be ready with food. We need to be ready with water, running water. You need to save water. You need to save canned food. You need to get satellite phones or analogic phones, because satellites and communications might fail. You need to be prepared. You need to be ready. Why do you think all the powerful and all the rich and all the wealthy in this planet are already preparing their bunkers? Because they already know. They know. Now you know. They are paying attention and acting accordingly. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? I don't have millions to build a bunker, but I will do my best for me and for my family and the people that depend on me. So, people, I am going to say goodbye to you. I'm going to come back. I'm going to come back with more information, because I will be giving information in English about the information that this Greek monk is receiving. For those who want to pay attention, fine. If you don't want to pay attention to this and think that I'm crazy, fine as well. So it's up to you. So I, from now on, thank you very much for these minutes of your time. And I appreciate the minutes that you're giving to me. These minutes are might be saving your life. My intention is that everybody has the information, so you choose what to do. Because when we had the situation, the health sanitary situation in 2019, I said, I wish I knew. I wish I knew. So now I know. For what is coming, I know. And I know I cannot stop Mother Earth. I cannot stop the weather. I cannot stop politicians doing their wars for their own benefit. I cannot stop that. I cannot prevent that. I wish I could. But what I can do is my part in this. And my part is to give you the information that comes. Do with it whatever you want. I'm going to do my part protecting my family because that's my duty. Thank you, Hugo Martinez, for wanting to help me to share this information. For those who do not speak, who speak English and do not speak Spanish, I will do it later on in Spanish. So I'm going to edit this. And thank you very much. And well, God protect us all. And see you next time. Bye.